Thank you for stopping by. My name is Michelle Reed with M&B Creations, and what I'm going to be showing you how to do today is a funky bow. I love this bow because it's real whimsical, it's a little floppy. All of the loops on the bow are all the same size. It's a great way to make a really nice bow and use up some leftover ribbon that you may not need, that you may not have enough to use for a full bow. So what I'm going to show you is the supplies that we're going to need. This is an easy bow maker. You don't have to use one of these. You can use a bow dabber. You can do this in your hand. I am going to be showing you how to do this in my hand, but I'm going to be using the easy bow maker just to hold my ribbons in place because I can't, my hands are too small. I can't fit them all in my hands. You can get this at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Amazon, Joann's, pretty much anywhere online. You probably can get it on eBay as well. You're going to need some scissors. You're also going to need some needle nose pliers. You get it in the camera here so you can see it. And you're also going to need some wire cutters. Gonna need some wire. This is 22 gauge wire. You can get this at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, probably Walmart. You're also gonna need a zip tie, and this is approximately a 14-inch zip tie. You can use one that's smaller, like I have this one, which is about 11 inches. This one will work as well. You just want a fairly long enough zip tie to be able to wrap it around your ribbon. Let me move some of these out of the way. Let me show you the ribbons I'm going to be using. So these are going to be, I'm going to use 4 2.5 inch ribbon, I should say. They're all wired. All my ribbons are wired. And then I'm going to be using 3 1.5 inch ribbon. And again, these are all wired. So to get started, I'm going to start with the argyle ribbon. I already cut a piece. This piece is about 30 inches long, and I'm going to make the one tail about 12 inches long. And then what you want to do is loop it. And we're going to make the loops about 6 inches long. So what you want to do is put your thumb in the loop, pull it, and then measure it with the other hand at 6 inches. Okay. And then you need to twist this tail towards you so the pretty side is up. Okay, then I'm going to put that in the slot right here. Excuse me. What I do ahead of time is I put my zip tie underneath, make sure that the area that the zip tie is going into is facing up. And I do this because as this gets bigger and bigger, it's going to get thicker and thicker, and it's going to be harder to get your zip tie in. You could wait until the end if you'd like. It's up to you. And then next I'm going to do this sunflower ribbon. Now this argyle ribbon I got at Craft Outlet. This sunflower ribbon I also got at Craft Outlet. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. This one I'm going to make at 8 inches because this tail is going to end up going up. And I'll show you what I mean, because you're going to end up alternating these. These tails are going to go down, and then you're going to alternate it to where the loop is on this side and the tails are going this way. I'm going to make the loop. Measure it 6 inches, scrunch it, twist it. You could measure these loops if you want, but I'm just going to eyeball it. This is probably going to be about 12-inch tail. Then you put it in this way. Okay? So we're just going to alternate loops each way. Oh, sorry, just a moment. I need a good drink. Okay. I'm just gonna put these away as I go. I like to keep my mat clean, and so I got that one, this one. I'm gonna use the black next. This one I also got from Craft Outlet. I believe I got them all my ribbons are from Craft Outlet except the crushed copper 1.5 inch ribbon that we're going to be using. I got that one from Michael's last year at Christmas time. Okay, so we're going to measure this one probably at 12. I'm not going to be dovetailing my tails until I'm done with the bow. Okay, so make that 6 inches. Twist it. Like I said, this is a great way to be able to use leftover ribbon that you may have, you know, not enough on the roll to make a full bow. And it still makes a statement. Just a second, sorry. I had it. And I put pins in my ribbon. I don't use rubber bands because it makes a crease in the middle, and I don't like that. Oh, it's canvas ribbon, so it's hard to get this in here. I'm just gonna leave it just like that. I'll fiddle with it later. Okay, then lastly, I'm gonna use the sunflower ribbon for the 2.5 inch. Okay. So again, this one's gonna be going the opposite way, so I'm gonna measure my tail at about 7 or 8 inches. And this one is kind of a canvasy ribbon, but it's not as thick as the other ones. Scrunch it, twist it, sure it's all facing towards you. Put this in here. See how we're just alternating, loop here, loop here, loop here, loop here. And you'll see why that is important a little bit later when we get ready to fluff it up. It's a really fast bow. There's not a whole lot of fluffing that you need to do with it. You just need to move your loops around. Okay, there's those. Next, I'm going to use the black ribbon last. I'm going to use this copper one next. Now this is really pretty. I got this from Michael's last year. It was $6.99 and I got it for $2.50 after Christmas. I'll show you what this looks like. Isn't this really pretty? It's like how you get like a crushed velvet, but it's a copper. It's really, really shiny. Okay, again, I'm going to go in the other way. So this one's going to be about 12. Scrunch it. Loop it. About 6 inches. Twist this. And put it in this one. Okay, I've got a little handy dandy little piece of metal that I put in here. Once it starts going up, it doesn't want to stay because this starts spreading apart, and then there's too much space in there, so your ribbons want to pop out. I actually had this piece of steel made, but you can use anything that's heavy. Let's get this in here. This one's kind of hard to get in here too. There we go. You can use your these in here, your scissors, just something that'll hold it down. And then next I'm going to use the fall leaf ribbon. Again, I got this from Craft Outlet. That went down, so we're going to do this one up. So about 8 inches. Loop it. And twist. And then cut it. Okay. Take that out. Put this one back in. Like I said, I'm not going to dovetail my ends until the very end, once I know how long I really need them, because I don't want to have to do it twice. If I dovetail it now without having it on the wreath or looking at it once it's done, and this one's going to be the last one, so this one's going to be 8 inches. Dovetail it, loop it, 6 inches, and twist it. Alright, so this one's going to be the last one. This one flipped back over. There we go. And I'm going to do a little bit of curling on my tails as well, and I'll show you how I do that. Now that I've got all my ribbons in there, what I'm going to do is take my zip tie, put it in, with the end in, pull this a little bit. Once you start pulling it, it's going to lift up on you. Okay. And then you can take it out. Put this aside. So, you're going to get this indentation right here from where that bar was. So you want to move your zip tie to where that indentation is, pull just enough to where it makes it a little snug and it's not going to move too much. Okay? Then, this did not flip right. There we go. I'm going to make sure all of my, just want to make sure these are all facing forward. Okay. Now, pull just a little bit tighter. This one is not wanting to cooperate. Okay, pull a little bit tighter. You don't want to pull too tight still, because you need to take this and you can hold it with your fingers and the back of your zip tie like this to get some leverage. And we're just going to move these tails up, long tails down. Okay. All the long tails down. And the reason why you don't want to tie this too tight is because you need to be able to move your ribbons and your tails where you need them before you totally tighten it. Okay, now what we're going to do is just kind of move these around, fluff them up, you just take your hands and pull them apart like this. Okay, so now I have them where I really want them to be. I'm going to take my wire, and I don't really measure this. Where's the end of my wire? Here it is. It's a new roll, sorry. I just take approximately about maybe 15 inches long. You don't have to measure it if you want. Okay. Straighten this out just a little bit. Okay. Push this down a little bit in the back so you can put your wire underneath. Make them a little a little even. They don't have to be perfect. Okay, put these up. Then take your needle nose pliers and pull on it as hard as you can. Now your ribbons are not going to move. That's why you want to make sure it's a little loose before you tighten this all the way, because it's going to be really hard to move your loops and your ribbons where you need them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start fluffing these. Like that. You can set it down on the table if you'd like. So now, don't be afraid to pull on them. They're not going to go anywhere now that you have that zip tied in. They're really tight. Okay. Okay. So now that's kind of fluffed up. I'm going to dovetail my tails. And how you do a dovetail is you take your tail, fold it in half like this, and cut it at an angle. And you get a really pretty dovetail. Just like that. Fold it in half. Cut it at an angle. I'm going to do that for all of my tails. And it doesn't matter if some are longer, some are shorter. It just gives it that, you don't want it all the same length perfectly, because no bow is ever exactly perfect. Okay, so those are done. Take these, dovetail these. And once you get the hang of this, it goes really, really fast. It just takes a lot of practice to do bows, to get them the way you really want them. So if you're a little bit challenged in the bow making area, no biggie. It's just, you would just want to practice, practice, practice. Okay? So I don't really have anything to hold on to other than my wire back here. So how I'm going to do this, put that aside. I'm going to kind of curl these a little bit. Okay, so how I do that is I take my forefinger and my thumb and pull it with the wire, just like that. Okay, and it kind of curls it. Now with the 2.5 inch, since I got such little hands, what I usually do is I take my these two fingers and put the ribbon in between these fingers right here, just like this, and curl it that way. So however is easy. Oh, that one didn't get dovetailed. Okay. Take your finger and curl it. You just want a little bit of curl on the 1.5. Now with the shorter ones, sorry. Now with the longer ones, these will curl even better. Just take your finger, slide it, see how it curls like that? Take your finger and slide it. This one is not, there we go. Take your finger and slide it. This one likes to, I say it just takes practice with these ones. Take your finger and slide it. Okay. And slide it. There we go. Just like that. So here we have what's called the funky bow. And what I like to do on my wreaths is I like to put little flowers in here inside. Looks like the bow is coming out of the flowers. It gives it more of a little whimsical look. You can do this with however many different colors of ribbon that you would like. Just make sure that all of your ribbon is wired. Okay, just like that. Oops, this one didn't get, there we go. Isn't that pretty? So this is called the funky bow. How whimsical that is. I love it. So that's right here so you can see it. So thank you all for joining me on this tutorial today. I hope it gave you some inspiration on making your own funky bow. You can do so many different things with it. This is one of my favorite bows to use because it is so simple and it gives such a statement, and it doesn't take that much ribbon at all. What I do suggest is, if you want to practice, is get some cheap wired ribbon from like the Dollar Tree and practice on it until you get it to the way you like it, and then you can make your own bow to put on your own wreath, or you can put a bow on a centerpiece, attach it to a candle holder. You could do so many different things with bows. Again, thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you for purchasing this tutorial. I hope this gives you some inspiration and imagination on making your own bows. Have a great day.